All practice pages and other materials for learning cursive are available at my Teachers Pay Teachers store at www.teacherspayteachers.com/store/Ann-Fosnight. Learning Cursive, Lesson 21, Lowercase y. A lowercase y in cursive is similar to a lowercase y in printing. We did round the bottom instead of having a curve like we did with the W's. And then we've added connectors. But definitely I can see a lowercase y from printing inside of that cursive one. A lowercase y is another overcurve letter, and it is just one. N was 2, M was 3, Y is just 1. One overcurve, and then we really just make a J without the dot. When we've done that, we have a Y. So it's overcurve, undercurve to the midline, slant line all the way down to the descender line, curve to the left, small loop that crosses on the baseline. Overcurve, slant undercurve, slant all the way to the descender line, curve, and overcurve across the baseline. As you get ready to complete your practice page for lowercase y in cursive, remember to have your desk area cleared, your paper slanted, to sit up straight, and to write your name neatly at the top of the page. If you know all the letters in cursive for your name, go ahead and print the capital letter and write the rest of your name in cursive. We have our model for lowercase y. I don't know if you noticed, but if you turn your paper over, a lowercase y is an upside down lowercase h. Kind of fun to know. So our model shows us the correct strokes and size and position for a lowercase y. We need to practice, train our hand carefully on those strokes using the training wheel letter. We make an overcurve, a slant to an undercurve. The undercurve goes all the way to the midline, a slant all the way to the descender line, a slight curve, and a J loop going back, ending in an overcurve. So we have that overcurve, slant undercurve to the midline, straight down, loop to the left, cross at the baseline. Overcurve, undercurve to the midline, slant to the descender line, keeping it straight, and cross at the baseline. So we have baseline, midline, baseline, midline, descender line, baseline. When we're working on our own, we do those steps again. Overcurve, slant, undercurve to the midline, slant to the descender line, slight turn to the left, a loop that is really an overcurve. And then we're going to look and see how we did. Are we touching the midline in 2 places? Are we touching the baseline in 3 places? Are we touching the descender line? Is our tail straight? Is our loop small? If we like what we've done, we do the same. If we don't like it very well, we try to make the next one more like the model. One other don't I want to mention is don't put any kind of curve in the beginning of your Y. It just is an overcurve. it should look like a single hump, whereby N's have 2 or twins and M's have 3. We're going to go straight on to words today. First we have Y-O-U. So we have the overcurve. And we need to think about it because we have that undercurve overcurve that needs to go over on the Y, on the O, but on the E with the Y, it needs to turn into an undercurve for yell. So when we get here, it turns into an undercurve. And we need to think about that so that we can make it correctly. So on jolly, even though it ends with the Y, it has that overcurve because of the J. So we need to go over, and we're making an up high connector. Then we have K-E-Y, B-U-Y, yo-yo, I want to show you yo-yo because the O is the connector and the Y needs to be shortened, its hump. So we have our overcurve, another overcurve, and on our second Y, the overcurve just is a small overcurve. That's what happens with O and N and M also. If we do an O-N, we have the one small overcurve and one regular overcurve. And when we do O and M, we have one small overcurve and two regular overcurves. Then we have clay and jelly, many, and by. And here is another chance to practice the Y with a connector. And also notice the tail is descending beyond the last line on the paper, but we know we have a 2-space letter, so we make it a whole space down here. We keep the tail straight and the loop small, and it stays nice and neat. The next letter is an R.